Yeah. Yo. It's time for Danny Tree Frog Reviews. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Last time, we looked at Midway Arcade Treasures 1 for PS2. Today, since the bus is still being worked on, we'll be taking a look at Midway Arcade Treasures 2 for Xbox. And spoilers, yes, the third one will be played on GameCube. And yes, this whole vehicle breaking down thing will be more related to this by the third one. Anyway, let's take a look at MAT 2, which unlike the last one which had a T rating, this one has an M rating for certain reasons. So imagine to little 16-year-old Sammy's surprise when they find that they can't get the sequel to the first MAT because they're not old enough. Okay, review time. The budget wasn't as high on the last one, but at least the start screen looked pretty cool with the pyramid in the background. This one just has this for the press start screen. Well, that transition to the main menu definitely looked better. I also like this menu a lot better too. While it doesn't look as cool in concept, it definitely works better because you know more about what you're about to play. Sometime I should probably show clips of what I'm talking about. There also seems to be more settings to the games. Okay, but, oh wait, did I not turn? Alright, I think you get it. Let's get into the games. And this definitely looks better than the previous one. First up, we have APB, which I keep wanting to say ABP because it rolls off the tongue better, but it's not called that. It's going to be hard for me to really officially review this, even if it's just briefly, because I only got through some of the training level. I never really played through a lot of the game. But from what I've seen outside the training levels, and outside my own playthrough, it looks pretty decent. So I'm going to give this one a pass. A passing grade, I mean. Arch rivals. White guy versus black guy. Something seems wrong about that. So I don't really know much about the teams, so I just decided to go with some random team. I mean, it's your typical basketball game from back in the day. It plays alright, it just kind of plays the same as a lot of these other basketball games. I guess you could say I'm not really a big fan of it, but then again, that's because I'm not a sports nerd, I'm a video game nerd. Championship Sprint. I guess Super wasn't enough. This looks the same. This looks the same as Super Sprint. I mean, there are some new tracks, but it's primarily the same game. Why would they have this on two different collections? Kinda seems a little like a waste. Cyberball 2072. Boy, that is 52 years from now? I think I did my math right. This is pretty much just American football with robots. And like American football, I have no clue what's going on. I mean, if you're a fan of these old football games, then you might enjoy this one, but for me personally, I'm not a big fan. I'm more so into the simpler sports, like baseball, bowling, or chicken. Well, looky there, it's Gauntlet 2. And would you look at that? It's very much the same game. Once again. I mean, it's fine. The graphics are a little better, I think. There might be some new enemies, maybe some new locations, but overall, it just kind of feels like the same thing as last time. Like with a lot of these sequels from this time period. I need to stop. Well, let's get ready for hard driving. This is sort of related to the situation I'm in. Well, would you look at that? A mostly fully 3D game, for the most part. It takes a little bit of getting used to with the controls. It's just a little bit... You think that was a bit excessive? Yeah, this seems like one of those cases where it didn't translate as well from the arcade to the controller, so I don't think it's all that good, at least playing it like this. Cosmic Cruise, are you trying to give me a stroke? I mean, that orange thing right there, that orange saucer looks pretty good for the time. That's about all I can say. Wish I could describe what's going on. It's just another shoot all the enemies in space. Just like a lot of these. And here it is, the official reason why this game is rated M. Mortal Kombat 2. For some reason 1 wasn't on here. Well, what is there to say about this that hasn't already been said? It's Mortal Kombat 2, probably the hardest one in the entire series. I mean, look at this. I can't get past Sub-Zero. Why is this so hard? Anyway, this game is a pretty good addition to this collection, despite how hard it is. Mortal Kombat 3. You heard that right. It was Mortal Kombat 3, not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Questionably, they did that. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It gets the job done. It's just, you figure you would figure that they would want to add the better version of the game, but I guess not everyone wants to do that. Again, another decent addition to this collection. It's just, you know, I just wish it was Ultimate Mortal Kombat or something. Of course, it's not just Mortal Kombat for the reason this game is rated M. We also have Narc. This was released back in the anti-drug days, and that sure worked out. It's a decent little time waster, just keep shooting people until you win. That's about it. And there's gonna be something satisfying about that. I don't know why I keep talking lower in these videos. Eventually I need to talk louder. Armpit Fighter. Even though this one came out before Mortal Kombat, I always saw it as a lame version of Mortal Kombat. Well, okay, the only relation it has with Mortal Kombat is the fact that it's a fighting game, and the fact that the way the characters are. It's okay, I guess. It's a little enjoyable, and, well, more so just to watch how the characters move around. But other than that, it's okay. That was surprisingly chill for what we're about to play. Oh shoot, I forgot. Primal Rage is the name of it, if you couldn't tell. Essentially, if Rampage decided to take the Mortal Kombat route. And like Mortal Kombat, it can be pretty darn hard. It's a fun game. I mean, it's not quite as smooth as Mortal Kombat, but it's pretty fun for what it is. Rampage World Tour. It has that definitely, at the time, PC graphics. This was most certainly a late 90s game. In terms of the gameplay, it's mostly the same, except you got a scrolling screen now. It's fun though. It's reckless fun. Spy Hunter 2. Not only is it a sequel, but it also has 2 players. I mean, I didn't really have anyone else to play with, but you get the idea. So I wasn't really that big of a fan of the first Spy Hunter, but I could see people who did like it probably wouldn't like this one as much. I mean, with multiplayer it could be amazing, but by yourself, you're just not given enough screen, I guess. The game is Timber. They take way too long to actually get through the, to show the title. You just use Mario, essentially Mario, to go around cutting down trees to not piss off the boss man as much. It's alright. It gets the job done. It's fun. There is a little bit more variety to the game, like this log rolling minigame, if I can get the words out right. Total Carnage, where you cause total carnage. In a way, it's kind of a top-down Contra. Like a lot of games I've already talked about on here, it's good. May not be fantastic, but it's good. Ah, Wacko. Kinda wonder where Yakko and Dot are. It sorta looks like Hanna-Barbera was involved with this. I don't know, something about it. It's another space shooter, except you're not just straight out in space, you're on some kind of planet or something, but it's got kinda questionable enemy choice and character choice. It just doesn't really match all that much. It sure is wacky though.
Find me a Wizard of Gore.
The heck did you just say to me? By the way, this is Wizards of War with a W-O-R instead of W-A-R. They basically just took a rejected Pac-Man maze and put a shooter into it. It's a little mediocre, honestly. Exiophobe. What was that? Xenophobe, I guess. They definitely wanted you to have up to 3 players. I mean, the game itself is okay, but I feel like it would have been a lot better if they had had, like, maybe 3 players on one screen and then give you more screen. I mean, I don't know, maybe they just want to be different, but being different only works when it's for the better. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how they want me to pronounce this. XY bots? Z bots? I don't know. Well, this one is definitely more interesting. It's, well, straightforward. It's literally just going down a hallway. But it's a decent little one. Not the best, but fun. And that's it for the games, and as you can imagine, there's some extras, like some videos and some images and things like that. It's a decent little collection here. Overall, it is a better collection. I wouldn't call it a great collection, but it's got some pretty good games on it. Hope you enjoyed that one as well. Join me next time for the last part of the trilogy as we look at Midway Arcade Treasures III, and hopefully the RV bus will be fixed by the end of it. Until then, hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and remember, this is Danny Tree Frog with Danny Tree Frog Reviews.